Are you thinking about moving and or relocating to Wichita, Kansas area, and you're wondering if you can handle the cost? Well, today we're talking about taxes. We're getting deep dive in taxes, property taxes, some special taxes. So make sure you stay till the end because, knowledge is power. And I would hate for this little bit of stuff here to be the difference maker between you getting the home of your dreams and not. We're getting after it right now. So before we jump into it, I just want to throw a heads up out there. So the way it works here with taxes, your property taxes, you pay in the rear. So that amount's going to come up, whatever that amount is, say, for example, $2,000. $2,000 in taxes. You have your general taxes, you have your special taxes. Special taxes are what pay for paving the roads, street lights, any sewer improvements, any other improvements to your neighborhood. So that cost is shared amongst you and the neighbors in the neighborhood. So $2,000. There'll be a time you'll pay towards the end of the actual year, say December, you'll pay half. And then the second half of the current year, so for 2022, the second half of that $1,000 wouldn't be due until spring. So it's kind of goofy, but just something to keep in mind. We're also only going over Sedgwick County. That's smack dab here, Wichita and most of the surrounding areas. Andover and Rose Hill are part of Butler County. Part of Mulvane is going to be Sumner. But yeah, so many counties. Sumner, Butler, Sedgwick, Harvey, and the list goes on. But for today, we're just going to go over Sedgwick. So we want to give you an idea what to expect. So there's no surprises. And when it comes to, more times than not, taxes, this is going to be like with your newer homes, or there might be special cases where a service from the county was done. Say you got a house that's, just a vacant house. Someone owns it, but they don't have the money to pay to maintain it. So like the grass gets super tall. County comes in, mows it, and they tack that onto your tax bill. But more times than not, you're looking, 15, 20 years for your special taxes. But this is important because you don't want to be in a situation where you fall in love with a house and you're okay where you're at, but the specials just kind of kicks it over just a little bit. But just want to give you a heads up so you know. You're going to have to sign what we call a tax roll, tax forms, to go along with any offer you make here. Just FYI. So you're going to be able to see it. If there's specials, if there's anything like that, you're going to be able to see it. But being there in the moment, like right now, okay, we're making an offer, versus kind of having a heads up, like, hey, this is what to expect. Like, let's say you're buying a new home, brand new home. Really good chance you're going to have specials. Really good chance. Unless the developer paid them off. But this is something, it can make a difference between making or breaking that purchase for you. I've seen them, where they're at the very end, they're going to be getting paid off. And that price, there's no set price. It's going to vary from area to area. I've seen it as high as, $30,000-$40,000. And, keep in mind, they break that up into a yearly amount, but still, that's tacked on to your tax bill. That's extra money. So, like I said, just a little something to keep in mind. But gambling aside, let's go hop on the computer. I'm going to show you a couple different scenarios. So just keep in mind, a lot of this information, any identifying information is going to be, obviously covered up. You're not going to be able to see any of that. But we want to give you an idea of kind of what it looks like for this county. Like, let's say one where there's no specials. And then maybe one where there are specials. Say a developed house versus, say, a brand new house. So just kind of give you an idea of what to expect. And like I said, it's going to kind of vary anywhere you go. But rambling aside, we're jumping to it right now. All right, so we're jumping right into it. This is what your tax roll is going to look like. If you're putting an offer on a house, you will get one of these forms you'll sign. So rather than just kind of throw you to the wolves, give you a little information, so you don't end up blindsided if you're going for a newer home. We want to give you that knowledge. So obviously we gotta hide any compromising information. So on up here, you would find the address, the zip code, the city, all that. Legal description. It's going to say something like Lot 2, Block 7, Carpenter's Addition. This is describing exactly where the home's at. The lot the house is on, the block it's at. You will catch that on a contract as well. That is part of our contracts here in our MLS. Owner and or owners, that goes without saying. Mailing address may or may not match this address. Geocodes, the specific geocodes to locate your house, longitude, latitude, PINs, AINs, tax units, that's going to be all online. Your land use, we're using it as a single family dwelling. The market land in square feet for this lot. Total acres for this lot. The 2022 appraisal, this is going to be on the county end. This is for tax purposes. So it's not uncommon to see this number be different than a sales price. This is a very common thing I hear as an agent. Well, why am I going to pay more than what it's appraised for? Well, that county person drove by in their car, looked at the house, and that's how they got value. If your typical real estate agent and or appraiser is going to go and assess value, you better believe we're going in the house. We're going to do our homework up front. We visit the house, we look at the house, and we go from there. So don't freak out if that number is different than this number you see now. And then we get into the actual statistics on the house. The year it's built, how many bedrooms, the living square foot, your full baths, your half baths. What style? Is it a ranch? Is it a split level or traditional? Then we get into your basement square footage, your finished basement square footage. What type? What's the basement type? What's the condition? Average, fair, poor. And then we get into, so kind of breaking it down. So it's going from the class as a vacant lot to more residential. And they do that for the appraisal values and any assessment values. Now, this is just the first part. Like I said, we're showing you a newer home and we're showing you a slightly older home. Okay, so this is the second and third pages for that first home. So remember when I was talking about specials? This is specials. Special taxes. What are specials? They pay for improvements in your area. We're talking street lights. We're talking sewer systems, anything like that. And this can come from the city. This comes from the city. And it's going to tell you. They'll give you a description of what it is. Now, remember this solid waste fee here. Everybody has this. So even if the home, quote unquote, doesn't have specials, it's going to have this. Now we got storm sewer. It's going to tell you principal, the interest, what total. This is for 2022. It gives you, so for 2022, and mind you, this is just the specials. You still have your general tax as well. So they just lump that all in together, and then you pay it. As you're paying it, you're paying it down. Then we get into 2023. These are the assessments. This is what they've assessed. This is the payout assessment. This is going to let you know. So these improvements have been made in this area. This is the year it began. This is the year it ended. More improvements. So all this stuff here, they leave that there. They're leaving it there so you know. Now, we get down here. It's not ended until 2033. You're going to be paying that on that for a little bit, but it lets you know. Okay, so roughly about this much is left. Now, there's no prepayment penalty if you want to pay that off, but it's letting you know. Okay, this is everything, and everybody in that area is paying on that. So when they build these new homes, that cost is there. That developer has to sell so many before he can pass that cost on to the people buying the homes. So you're not the only one. Everybody's got to do it. But when you're paying your taxes here, it's paid. We say it's paid in the rear. So it's split down the middle, as you see. So we're still in 2022. You're looking at the calendar. It says 2023. It's paid in the rear. So that first payment is made in December. That next payment, the second payment for 2022, won't be made until May. So this upcoming spring, 2023, we'll finish 2022. So, like I said before, you lump that general tax, specials, any interest, any fees. There's your total. That's your total there. That's just taxes. So we split that in half. That first half's been paid, and this half here will be due come May. You get your tax rate here. It's going to be going up. It's going to be going down, as you see. And it breaks it down. These are the various tax authorities. This is the rate. And that's the rate. That's the total of all those rates added. So there's kind of a lot that goes into it. Like I said, we want to show you. We don't want you to feel blindsided. But just because the home's not brand new, don't think you might not have specials. There are cases where a particular thing happens and they have specials. Let's say it's an older home, the owner's left, it's vacant, and the city comes out and has to mow the lawn and whatnot. They just bill the homeowner, and that gets tacked on. So now real quick, we'll pull another one I had. So as you see, 1984, quite a bit older, but we're familiar with all this. But I wanted to show you the specials. See, like I said, be familiar with that. It's going to be there. That doesn't go away. So it's a big part. It's very important. I mean, still, even here, that's quite a bit of money. That eats into your bottom line at the end of the day. We want to make sure you have the information, you have the tools to make those informed decisions. So hopefully you got some value out of this. Do me a solid, like, comment, subscribe. Shoot me any questions you got. Speaking of questions, I'm in talks with my lenders as we speak. We're looking at potentially doing a live. So if you have any questions on the financial part, getting a loan, any questions you have, load me up with your questions, because we will be doing a live on that. So that's all I got for now, guys. You have a great night. Until the next one, we'll see you later.